If you know snow's forecast and you can avoid your journey, then obviously it's much more sensible to do that. If you have to go out in the snow, or if you get caught out in a sudden snowstorm, then the most important thing to do is slow down. Keep a good distance between you and the car in front. 4 or even 5 seconds in snowy conditions, particularly important because that snow could be melting, freezing, turning to ice. So you never know quite how slippery that road surface is going to be underneath you. Careful use of the controls, things like the brakes in snow, is doubly important. Now, lots of modern cars are fitted with stability control, but nothing's going to overcome the basic laws of physics. If you've gone into a bend too fast for the conditions, you will skid, and no amount of technology is going to save you. So, in snow, the snow on the ground, the tyres haven't got the adhesion with the tarmac of the road anymore, so brake gently and steer gently. If you see a bend, or when you see a bend, that you're approaching a bend, slow down well in advance so that you don't have to brake and steer at the same time. If you do see yourself heading for disaster, then almost all the cars on the road nowadays have anti-lock braking. It's called ABS and it's much misunderstood. The idea of anti-lock braking is that you can brake and steer at the same time. So in an emergency, put your foot on the brake and steer out of trouble. And the good tip is to look at where you're going to steer to, not at what you're going to hit if you don't steer out of the way, because we tend to steer in the direction that we're looking. So if you see something ahead, you need to avoid it, look for your escape route and concentrate on that, and that's when where you'll steer to. And keep your foot on the brake all the time. You'll feel a judder, that's normal, that's the anti-lock braking working. If there's heavy snow, particularly on something like a motorway or a dual carriageway, don't be tempted to go into the outside lane to overtake the line of slow-moving traffic. It's slow-moving for a very good reason. The heavy traffic, the lorries in particular, have probably cleared a good, clear lane in lane 1, in the slow lane. Stick with that, just stick with the other traffic. If you move to the outside lane, you're probably you don't know how deep that snow is going to be. You've got all the lack of adhesion, you've got all the control problems, and you're pretty soon only going to have to come to a halt behind the next queue of traffic anyway.